All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Philip Crouse, 40 years old. Been in ministry since I was 21 years old. Been a senior pastor now, coming up on 5 years. Married for 17 years to Mandy and have 4 kids ranging from 13 years old just to 8 years old. And I'm also an adjunct professor at a university down the road. And so that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, and just got a big paper accepted at a national conference.
Yeah, writing for a missiological society on missions and something I enjoy researching. So looking forward to presenting that later on this fall.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations again on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I want to spend just a few minutes and ask about your experience in LeaderCare. And so the first question I have for you is, what's a challenge that you were facing before getting involved with the LeaderCare process?
Yeah, before meeting Wade and being introduced to what LeaderCare can do for ministers, I really had 2 significant struggles as a pastor that I was dealing with in that season. First, I was getting really close to burnout. I wasn't getting enough rest. I was trying to do too much, which was really affecting mainly my physical health at the time. And the other struggle was not having someone in my life at that time that I could open up to, and be honest with some of the struggles I was dealing with, being able to talk through some of the difficulties of being a pastor. And so that's really what I was dealing with when I met Wade and got introduced to LeaderCare.
Yeah, those are 2 big things for pastors, the burnout, and then I can't tell you how many pastors I've talked to with the social isolation piece, that it's hard to connect with church members in particular sometimes at a real deep personal level. Well, so tell me about your experience in LeaderCare. What did you like about it, and what benefits did you receive?
Yeah, for just talking about the struggles and how it helped me through my struggles. Having Wade being able to talk with me every week, to be able to ask the important questions that would get below the surface. I knew I was getting close to burnout. It wasn't something that was catching me off guard, but the more I talked to Wade, he was able to suggest simple tweaks to my schedule, the way I was viewing ministry, so that, in this stressful and busy season of life, something I couldn't really change, I was able to change a few things, to take a few, 1 or 2 things out of my schedule that were really draining me the most, so that I could find that right balance with my relationship with God, with my family, which was a huge priority for me, while being able to continue to focus on my main ministry responsibilities. And along with that, it helped me to have someone that I could open up to. I didn't have to fake it. It was very obvious from the very beginning that Wade understands pastoral ministry. He's been there. He's been in the trenches. He continues to work with pastors and serve, with pastors and all different sorts of ministry responsibilities. And so being able to open up with him to what I was feeling, the doubts I had about myself and my calling, to have a trustworthy and encouraging friend that could talk me through some of the things I was going through was invaluable.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for those compliments too. I appreciate it. So what are some of the main benefits that you think others might receive, and how would you recommend LeaderCare to others that might be considering it?
I think pastors rightly are trained vigorously in studying, preaching the word, even how to lead a church. But we often don't receive a lot of attention or are really taught how to take care of ourselves. And so for years and years, enthusiastically, we can carry on doing what we know we're called to do until we hit that point where we're struggling, want to give up, things are not going our way. And so, that was sort of the way I was. I went through seminary, worked with other leaders who invested in me. I feel I was pretty competent in and leading things at church and studying, preaching the word, leading Bible studies.
Yeah.
But when it comes to paying attention to myself, knowing my own limits, or even biblically how I should be caring for myself so that I was able to care for the sheep that God had entrusted into my care, I was not prepared.
Yeah.
And LeaderCare was something that was desperately needed in my case, because it was not only reinforcing things that I knew, but it was teaching me new ways to think about ministry and how to care for myself as an under shepherd. And then again, not only is it a tool where it's teaching you how to care for yourself, but you also have someone in your corner that knows you, who is asking you questions, who prays with you. And over time, the more and more I was meeting with Wade, I could tell that he cared for me as a person, as a pastor, as a brother in Christ, and he was able to lead me and know me as a person, as a pastor, and help me on my walk with Christ, but also in my ministry responsibilities.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, Philip, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you originally and to work with you and to remain friends. And I can't thank you enough for your kind words.